Let's talk about the biggest upsets in Best Picture history. Three of the biggest upsets in Best Picture have come in the last 15 years. 2016 Moonlight over La La Land, 2015 Spotlight over The Revenant, and 2005 Crash over Brokeback. Moonlight is the only film in history to win Best Picture after being denied the honor by BAFTA, Writers Guild, SAG, American Cinema Editors, Directors Guild, and Producers Guild. And you know why? Because they got a bunch of second and third place votes on ballots and still had enough tally at the end to win the whole thing. I mean, that is an amazing stat to not pull Best Picture from any of those guilds and still win it at the Academy Awards. Only Annie Hall has ever won Best Picture with an average nomination score of minus 1.6. So let's talk about that again. Average nomination score. So take up all the Best Pictures in this category, what their average nomination is across the entire field, and then you can't win Best Picture if you have a negative 1.6. So if you look at that, the average nomination score for these pictures is 7.66. That knocks out every member in the field except 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, and Irishman. Now we're going to throw Irishman out. It's a Netflix movie. 93% of Best Picture winners have had a Best Director nomination, 89% have had a Screenplay nom, and 82% have had a Best Editing nomination. Irishman, Joker, and Parasite got all three of those. While 1917 is going to win director with Sam Mendes, we said, but they have no nomination for Best Editing, and that scares me a lot because that's one of the grand slams that you got to have. 1917 would be the first picture to win Best Picture without a nomination of Best Acting or Best Film Editing since 1934 when editing became a category. Films that look like potential Best Picture frontrunners but were given snubbed for writing in the last few years ended up losing top Oscar, like Gravity, Revenant, Dunkirk. No film since Titanic has won Best Picture without a writing nomination. So it's a huge hurdle for Sam Mendes in 1917. I got 1917 at plus 250. I wouldn't buy it as a favorite at all right now, considering all of these statistics, especially with the editing portion of this. Hollywood was nominated for 3 of the Grand Slams: writing, directing, and acting, no editing. 1917 is very similar to The Revenant. Came on around late Christmas release. The Golden Globes picked it up as Best Picture. Oscar still went to Spotlight over Revenant. People are going to knock 1917 for no editing award and a lack of dialogue. People will knock Parasite for being a foreign film and a very low number of total nominees for Best Picture. While we may not vote for the best movie, which movie can generate enough top 3 votes, right? What is the movie that I least hate? And I think Hollywood is the one that's very capable of that. With an outside shot to Joker, I think some people are going to hate that. There's a reasonable argument that 1917 and Parasite are going to get left out. One's a foreign film. One doesn't have any editing. One doesn't have any acting. There's a good case for Joker and Hollywood can generate enough second and third place votes that they can win this thing. So my plan of attack is to just wait, let the numbers get inflated. And I absolutely think with the number of nominations that Hollywood and Joker has, they can generate the least hatred in the votes and actually win this thing.